If you feel bloated after everything you eat, if your moods swing wildly, if your period's all over the place and your libido is MIA, maybe your energy crashes every afternoon, you're not crazy. Your body is overwhelmed and out of balance. I've seen it so many times. Women who are making changes. You've been cleansing your environment like we talked about in Pillar 1. You've upgraded your nutrition like we covered in Pillar 2. And yet you're still thinking, why do I feel like a stranger in my own body? That's what imbalance feels like. But it's not the end of the story. It is the start of getting your inner control centers back on your side. When I say balance, I'm talking about the communication network inside your body, your gut and your hormones. They're not separate. We know our whole body is interconnected, and when one thing is off, it throws off everything else. Think about the domino effect, but your gut and your hormones are the key players. When your gut health breaks down, it causes increased systemic inflammation, detox slows down, hormones get chaotic. That's when you get the mood swings, the poor sleep, the cravings, irregular cycles, and even that stubborn belly fat. But it's not just your hormones, it's your whole internal operating system out of sync. And until we address the root cause, no amount of clean eating or willpower is going to work. So let's take a look at the 3 key systems that we need to rebalance. First is the gut-brain connection. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's mission control for your immune system, detoxification, hormones, and even your mood. Around 70% of your immunity and most of your serotonin, often known as your feel-good chemical, are made in the gut. So when it's inflamed or leaky, you can expect bloating, brain fog, anxiety, depression, chronic illnesses, joint pain, and generally, just a general overall feeling crummy. So if you started on Pillar 1 and Pillar 2, you've already started the healing process by removing the irritants, by detoxing, removing chemicals from your water and your food, supporting your detox pathways, and focusing on whole foods and therapeutic nutrition. We also need to add gut-friendly allies, probiotics, fermented foods, and for some women, gut-repairing peptides like BPC 157. The next system is the hormone cascade. So we know our reproductive hormones: progesterone, testosterone, estrogen. In midlife, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone don't decline in a neat little line. They fluctuate wildly. And that's why you might feel amazing one week and totally wiped out the next. Signs that you're on the hormone roller coaster: irregular cycles, night sweats, stubborn weight gain, fatigue and brain fog, cravings, anxiety, mood swings. The list goes on. To rebalance, we start with 3 key areas. The first, keeping blood sugar stable. When blood sugar is stable, we have a steady energy throughout the day instead of the highs and lows. It also keeps insulin from spiking. Remember, insulin tells our body to store fat. And spiking insulin also causes a spike in cortisol, which then in turn spikes our blood sugar again. You might remember that cycle from a previous video. I love using continuous glucose monitors, both for myself and for my clients. It can really show you in real time how your body is responding to the foods that you eat, the activities that you do, and even stress by seeing how your blood sugar responds. Next, we lower cortisol. One way, as just mentioned, is by maintaining a stable blood sugar to avoid spikes. Cortisol is known as our stress hormone, so finding ways to reduce stress throughout the day will help support more balanced cortisol levels. Now, please note, cortisol isn't a bad hormone any more than any of the others, but chronically high cortisol levels do lead to increased weight, belly fat, increased inflammation, and insulin resistance, plus a whole lot more. Finally, we support the liver. Your liver is a powerhouse, performing over 500 functions that directly impact your metabolism and hormones. It's like the ultimate multitasker for your health. It processes nutrients, it filters toxins, it even helps balance hormones. But when it's overloaded with processed foods, alcohol, medications, and environmental toxins, it just can't do its job as well. We like to use adaptogens, nutrition, and lifestyle habits first. And when needed, some women do great with bioidentical hormones or specific peptides, but only when it's the right fit for their body. The third system is the cortisol curve. As mentioned, cortisol is your stress hormone, but it's also your rhythm keeper. If you're wired at night and exhausted in the morning, maybe you can't relax when you want to, or you crash at 3 p.m., your cortisol curve is out of sync. Let me explain. Cortisol is meant to give you energy, like when you need to get out of the way of a moving bus. So if it's high at night because you've been stressed out all day, it's going to make it hard to get to sleep. On the flip side, your cortisol levels are actually meant to rise early in the morning. It's your body's way of helping you wake up and get going for the day. Sometimes though, when it's high much of the time, your timing gets all out of whack. So to restore it, we need to create a nervous system routine. So start by getting sunlight for 10 to 15 minutes first thing in the morning. That gets your body ready for the day and helps set your rhythm. Incorporate breath work, meditation, walks in nature, breathing exercises. These can all help manage stress levels throughout the day. Incorporate exercises like Pilates and yoga. They're not just great for your health, but they help lower your cortisol levels as well. Use tools like magnesium, calming teas, or essential oils. I love the peptide by Make Wellness called Calm. They call it a hug in a box. Phew! That seems like a lot. And this is the point where most women give up when going it alone because it feels too complicated. And I get it. Gut health, hormones, nervous system. It sounds like you need 3 separate PhDs. But in my process, we break it down step by step. We keep it simple and easy to make small changes over time. We start with symptom mapping and your health history. Sometimes we bring in lab work and lab testing. Then we build a customized plan that fits your life. Because what works for one woman might completely backfire for another. The magic is in matching the solution to your body. I'm here to help each step of the way, so you're never alone in the journey. We keep it simple, but so effective. So as you can see, balance is not just a buzzword. When your gut is calm, your hormones are flowing smoothly, and your nervous system is regulated, everything just feels easier. Weight loss, energy, mood, and even your libido. Next week, we will move into Pillar 4, Restore. That's where we rewire your stress response, repair your sleep, and create deep healing, even if life is still chaotic. It's going to connect all of the dots that we've covered so far. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, do it now so that you won't miss it. And let me ask a question. If you could magically fix one thing tomorrow, would it be your gut, your hormones, your stress levels? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to know. And if you're curious about continuous glucose monitoring or peptide therapy that I mentioned, shoot me a message. I would be happy to answer any of your questions. Okay, I'll see you next week.